Hey everyone, I hope you're hydrated. I hope you got a snack because today's Vlogmas is full of all sorts of things. We've got trip to London, shopping haul from London, not my favourite word, but what did I buy? We've got a charity thing that I want to tell you about that I've been up to, and week three scraps to share with you. It's a bumper episode. So, as I say, make sure you're hydrated, get yourself comfy. It's not going to be long, but it's going to be plenty in it because I know that with Vlogmas, don't want them too long because otherwise you can't keep up. Just a reminder, I don't have a hidden word or hidden quilt block in today's episode, but it hasn't been long since I've mentioned one. So far out there in the world, there's three videos where I've mentioned word and quilt block, word and quilt block, word and quilt block. If you're thinking, what are you talking about, Sam? Go and watch day one because it is all explained in there and it's in the details below. So, what should we do first? I don't know. I feel like I want to tell you about London Fest because that was yesterday and I didn't have time to record yesterday, so I'm recording it now. Then I can tell you about today and let's do that. So, yesterday I went to London and I met the lovely Julie of Julie Sews Her Own Clothes and Kate of Ripper Seams. Julie and I had done it before, and all three of us have been away with other lovely sewists to a sewing retreat, so it's nice because we know each other quite well. We set ourselves a plan. We wanted to go to the Liberty Christmas shop, which if you've ever been or ever seen videos of it, the nearer to Christmas, the worse it gets. In Julie's words last year, it was so busy the stairs were groaning. In Liberty, there were proper old wooden stairs on one side of the building. So we were like, right, we want to be there when it opens. On a Saturday, it opens at 10 a.m. So we got ourselves breakfast at the gorgeous Dishoom in Carnaby Street first, and then whipped around the corner. It's only a 4-minute walk to Liberty. We were there at like 2 minutes past 10. It was the perfect time to arrive. You could see the Christmas decks, you could have a look. It still gets busy because people stop to look, but it was bearable. It was hot. I was pleased I did layers because things were getting stuffed in the bag. Every year they bring out new decorations that have not been before. But what's quite nice is you often see decorations from the previous year. So you might have ummed and ahed about something from last year and then it pops up again. They organise them in really nice like themes or colour selections. So they had a whole bit this year. They've sort of gone out to another part of the floor. They were on the fourth floor and it was all like the Liberty themed ones. So there was like a beautiful purple Liberty London bus. There was a Queen. There was all sorts of like lovely sort of kit ones like that. Then you had the really sophisticated white and sort of natural ones. I'm a big fan of the unusual ones like a flocked pink dinosaur, pinatas. There was all sorts of things. We saw some sewing related ones. There was a ball of yarn, a couple of different sewing machines. I actually chose a campfire with marshmallows for our tree for this year because it just reminded me of something we do in the summer. And they also had the Jeff Kooning balloon dog star ones, and I really liked that. Not my other half's favourite. And this year, some lovely bunnies have come into my stepdaughter's life and as pets. So I found her a lovely bunny one as well. Because I kind of like that when you get the decks back out, it reminds you of things that happened in that year. There was so many gorgeous ones to choose from. We had a lovely time looking and also thinking about what could we make with our scraps because they had some lovely Liberty fabric made ones which you could easily do with scraps. Obviously they had like gold brocade and things on them, but they had a really nice sort of post box stocking with Liberty fabric on as well, which would be a gorgeous gift for someone if they want something like that. They had some that were sort of baubles that were squishy, so I think they were stuffed with fabric or foam as well. And it was just nice to get some inspiration, but also just to enjoy the gorgeous selection. I think each of us bought a couple of little bits as like sort of, it's just a great memory each year. I just buy one or two new decorations a year, and it's lovely when you bring them back out. Nick, we were chatting about our tree themes, that sort of thing. We do a different theme every year. We don't buy a whole new lot. We just choose from what we've got and add a little thing in. Of course, we then went down to the fabric floor and I'll say now, fabric was purchased because they had 20% off. They actually had 20% off a lot of things in the whole of Liberty and some 30% offs. So I'm just unpacking what I've got. I can't show you the rabbit decoration because it's one gets away home with my stepdaughter, but I can show you the de Kooning dog. It's like, hopefully you'll know what I mean now when I show you there, look. I just love a bit of like retro style. And yes, of course, on the fabric floor, items were purchased. I started by getting myself some more of these hexies, the Alice Caroline, where they cut the Liberty Tana lawn, and I got some of the little charm packs as well because I'm having a great time doing little pieces with those. So they were a little treat for myself. And then I chose this one because this is one of the Liberty 150th birthday fabrics. I got 1.6 meters of this. And I just love the colourway of that. That's a navy blue in the background. And this design is just fabulous with the Liberty building in it. And then we had a good search round. And what's really interesting is many of the fabrics I had in 3 colourways. And it was like my colourway, Kate's colourway, Julie's colourway. So that was quite fun. And then I got this one. And I got 2 meters of this so I could make a really good blouse. It would go with so many trousers. I just loved it. I'm sure Kate and Julie at some point will share what they got. So that was the fabric purchase. I did purchase a couple of other bits. And so segue to a very quick story. My in-laws had a fire at their home and aren't able to access anything. My mother-in-law is a bit of a crafter, a knitter, a crocheter, a sewist, and of course she's lost everything. And so she's asked for her birthday like a little restock of the basics. So of course we've done the basics, but going to London, going to Liberty, having McCulloch and Wallis nearby, we had to get a few extra bits. So I was on a mission to find some bits. So I thought I'd show you what I got. So from McCulloch and Wallis, they have a lot of different threads. I got her some basic threads because when you've lost everything, you haven't even got like black or grey thread. A fabric marker pen, which she possibly has never owned. From Liberty, I got her a Merchant and Mills thimble. This was also in Liberty as well, like lovely little snipping scissors for anything from like putting a button on to a bit of embroidery. She's left-handed, so I managed to find the Fiskar left-handed scissors, which was a bit of a coup. And in McCulloch and Wallis, I found a bamboo knitting needles for her because she loved that last time we bought them. Can never not need one of these big sage pins. And again, in McCulloch and Wallis, it was like 55p on the counter. This was in Liberty and it's an embroidery. You need to put the hoop in, but I've got spare hoops I can give her. I really like this one because I'm just trying to get it so the light's not shining on it. It's beautiful. And I want to show you, it's got organza and all the pieces. So I thought it was a really unusual one to have. And an embroidery kit because she needs sort of little portable tasks. She doesn't want to be filling up where she's having to live at the moment. But I wanted to find her some nice bits. So she's got, on top of all the basics that we've put in the box already, so like needles, pins, tape measure, bit of chalk, some spare buttons, added those in. I just thought it just a couple of nice bits for her. And then we had a little explore around a few other bits in Liberty. If you ever go to Liberty, best place to go to the toilet in London. So make sure you do that. It's right on the same floor as the fabric shop. We had a little explore some other bits. The Christmas, centralised Christmas decoration was gorgeous this year. Really loved it. And we found a little viewing spot where we could look over and look down at it. By the time we left Liberty, it was getting busy. So if you do not like busy, make sure you get there when it opens. Check out the timings because it is not enjoyable if you are not a fan of busy places. We had a little wander along after McCulloch and Wallis. We went to Berwick St where there is fan trimmings. I found this amazing That noise you just heard is what I will tell you about in a minute. This amazing patch to put on a sweatshirt. How fabulous is that? And I also picked up in there some really nice Madeira thread. I am always looking out for gorgeous threads like this. Look at these. I find that I often use a metallic needle so it doesn't shred it when you use those, but you just get yourself a metallic machine needle. And yes, also McCulloch and Wallis. For myself, I bought this woven bag strapping, which I didn't think was ridiculous at £4.25 a metre, because you don't need much when you're making a bag handle. So gotta love that. We did go to one final shop, which Kate took us to, which was down near Tottenham Court Road. And this was a shop that she'd seen pop up, and I'll put the name on the screen. I'll hold that up for you there so you can see it. It's like a Scandinavian, it's a bit like Flying Tiger if you've ever been to them. And I picked up two paintbrushes because who doesn't love a nice paintbrush, and this, which is a gift for somebody, and that was a grand sum of £1.94. So that was my day's shopping. But when I got home, a cotton patch delivery had arrived, which I'll quickly show you. So I bought this originally for my mum, but we're going to give one to my mother-in-law as well. It is an English paper piecing kit from Cotton Patch, because my mother-in-law, this is portable for her while she's not in her own home, and it has everything in that you would need, from thread to little snippy scissors, basting glue, little charm pack, hexes, clips. So it's perfect for her. She's got everything she needs. And if you're just starting out on doing hexes, I thought it was a really great way to get started. So that is from Cotton Patch, and they are an independent business. And if you've heard me mentioning Last Homely House, I know Kate likes Cotton Patch as well. If you've never done an English paper piecing, it could be a good start kit. Might be a great gift for someone else too. And of course, I couldn't help but add some of the Marrakesh coloured thread that's for hand sewing, the Aurifil, because I'm going to hand sew some of my memory quilts. So I thought that was perfect. But I was just about to leave the site when, whoopsie, look at this gorgeous woven plaid. Whoops-a-daisy. There's plenty of it. They've got the other colourways that I'd bought from Fleur before as well. I think before we go on to anything else, first of all, I should mention we went to a lovely restaurant for like nibbly bits and a drink, which was called Duck and Rice, which was down Berwick Street, and it was just a lovely day. We didn't overdo it. We'd originally planned to go on somewhere else, but we were just like, let's just take it easy and let's not overdo it. Didn't quite have the journey home that I wanted, but sometimes these things happen with the trains. And thank you to my lovely family who zoomed in the car and came and got me. It was a 45-minute trip each way, but they didn't hesitate. They leapt in the car and came and picked me up. I walked away from the busyness a bit, but I was very grateful to them. Before we go any further, I think we should open a Swapmas Day gift from Julie. So no spoilers need to be concerned about here, because where's the book Julie's written me? No spoilers here, because my lovely Swapmas gift from Julie is like nobody else's, and so I'm going to open one of these, and very soon in December you'll see Julie opening the one I've done her. So I have to say, they've been great gifts so far, and she's even written a little rhyming phrase. Much respect to Julie. That's number 4. Number 3. So the book says, this one's from Menorca, a pretty market stall. It was hard to pick just one. I wanted them all. Oh my goodness. Things from elsewhere in the world. So here it is. Okay, it's quite like squishy but not soft. What are you thinking? Okay, so we've got a brown bag. It moves like this. Any thoughts? Any suggestions? Are you guessing? And he's going in. Feels quite bumpy. Look at that! Oh my goodness. Look at that. Well, I'm popping that straight on. Like, look at that necklace. Gorgeous choice from Julie there. She knows I love a beautiful beaded necklace, and you can see why she chose me that. So that's quite fantastic. Loving this. Okay, so I have been planting some bulbs in the garden, and I waited till November this year. Normally I plant bulbs if I'm going to do it in October, and I saw somewhere that daffodils are fine to plant in October. But you should wait till November for tulips because it needs to be a little bit colder. So I did. I've got to nearly 50 and never had a problem, but I thought I'll give it a whirl. I just want to say to you, when I plant bulbs, there's something very special about planting this sort of hard, crispy thing that you know is full of latent potential, that it's stored all that energy up in there and it's waiting for sort of January, February time to suddenly use all that energy and go. And I just think it's like a sign of hope that you stick it in the ground and you've got to wait months and hope that what you planned comes to fruition. I'm a bit philosophical about it, and that's the thing I really love about planting bulbs. It's like you're doing something now for the future, and your future self will thank your past self for what you've done. I think that can apply to other things in life, honestly, can't it? Oh, Bumblebee, we blow them a kiss and we say, see you in February, March. So, on that very philosophical note, I have been working on what I do every year, which is any monies at the end of the year from Southern Social that haven't been used to pay for the things that we need, raffle, new irons, all that sort of thing. I pick a charity and donate. For a couple of years, I've bought gifts for children who are not very likely to get a lot of gifts. This year, an email came through at work from somebody who was trying to set up a youth kitchen asking for donations. So I reached out to Southern Social, let them know what I was going to do, and they very kindly said, number one, they'd like to sew some aprons because there was like a wish list of things. And number two, people actually donated extras. You are a wonderful, generous group of people. And so today, myself and Tilly, my stepdaughter, went off to Home Bargains, followed by Dunelm, followed by The Range, and I am surrounded by, and I'll put a video in while I'm talking, of all the things that we were able to get. So thank you to the wonderful people of Southern Social who have generously helped me alongside the monies that I had and my partner who as well. I will be taking these to work and delivering them to her. And I had a Teams call with the lady organiser the other day, and she couldn't quite believe that she was going to get almost everything straight away. So we have made it possible for a project to get off the ground that they didn't quite know how they were going to do. So yeah, I'm just going to organise it all. Hopefully you're seeing video while I'm talking, but I wanted to just let you all know what we do each year and also thank everybody for supporting my vision and spending 2 hours in shopping this morning. Luckily, Tilly and I both like baking, so we can kind of choose things knowing whether they'll be worth it or not. So we were going like, if you're going to make brownies or something, you need a brownie tin and a loaf tin to make banana bread. So we were getting all the different bits that they might need, including an extremely large bottle of washing up liquid. So what's left for me to do today is to show you my scraps that will be my week 3 memory quilt. I am very excited with how it's going. I haven't shared everybody, my lovely viewers, yet week 2. If you do want to see it, there is a video available, but you just need to be a member to see it, and it shows the whole of week 2 scraps and how it looks together with week 1. If you are like, what are you talking about, Sam? Here is a link to week 2 where I talk about it, and at the end of today's episode I will link to the whole Vlogmas playlist because there might be the odd one here and there that you've missed, particularly my boucle fabric one. I don't know what's happened with that one. I think I'd scheduled it wrong or something, but then out there is a video all about my boucle jackets that I've made. So I'd love it if you gave it some love. I'll link that up here now. I don't know what happened, but the playlist is there. You can have a little good look through. Some are long, some are short. There's a wide range of different things to enjoy. I would really like to know from my Vlogmas so far, what are you enjoying the most, or are you enjoying the variety? And what would you like to see that you haven't seen? Let's look at scraps. So I've cheated a bit today. You can see some of the cooking stuff there now. I've already tipped out to see what Past Me has put in this week's bag and I'm quite surprised with myself. I have put in for this week, obviously I knew it at the time, I put some plains in. So I don't really think I've had any plains so far. And I've also turned out, here's the lovely little facet squares of charms that have been put in for this one. These are like little treasure bits, aren't they? And a couple of vintage bits. And then we have just a little highlight of a couple of pieces. I noticed I've put this in again. This worked really well for the greens, but I think it's going to work really well because this theme, you'll notice quite quickly, is pretty blue based, isn't it? It's going to be interesting. I'm not sure how some of these are going to work together. I'm a bit worried about Past Me's decision here, because I think some of this will work together. Maybe that's why Past Me put in, and this one makes me pretty nervous against some of these others, I have to say. I obviously thought, let's do a blues week. The greens week went really well, and I think myself, when I was putting it together, went, let's do a blues week. Obviously it was a bit like, well, I'll also put in some plains, but this week I think is going to really make me think. Don't know why I put that, must have just got gathered in, that's completely the wrong colour. So everything does have like blue in it. Some things are bluer than others, but it's not like last week's I went, ooh, tutti frutti. When you hold it all together, that sometimes can give a sense. See, it is all blue tones, but I'm going to really have to either just be prepared to go with the chaos and just lay some out, or work out a bit of a plan. There might be a style to which I'm doing it of. There might be a hidden word that might give a clue. I might look at that and go, I'm not doing that with these, it's too tricky, and I might come back to it. I might do a couple of those and none of those. Last time's worked quite well with the thing, is all I can say. Watch this space. But tell me, what do you think? Can I manage this? Can you see ones that work together? Can you make a suggestion? Can you help a girl out here? Really hope you have enjoyed an incredibly random thing. Oh, and if you are not aware, Fleur et Hers is, although it has officially ended as a shop, she has reopened it to sell off her stock at sort of cost price. So I did fall a little bit into some fat quarters, but do check it out. At the time of recording this, there were, I'm definitely on a green vibe here, there were some still left. Look at that for Halloween, it's got cats on there. I'm just looking if there's any I could sneak out of here and into there. Possibly that one. But it is worth checking out if you're looking for nice bits and pieces, because she's trying to sell it at just so that it goes. So that's Fleur et Hers. Yeah, wow, I feel a bit like, whoo. Hope you are still with me and not spinning. Hope you get to do something that you'd like to do, and I'm aware that the world can feel a bit right now, but sewing can be our space to just feel like we're in a little zone of control sometimes, and it can be different kinds. The lovely Alison of Sew Like Dotty was saying this week I just needed to be creative. It was quite interesting talking to Julie at the weekend as well, yesterday, and this is what I was saying to someone else the other day when they were saying, I don't know how you have different projects on the go, and I said, because it's what different parts of my brain need at different times. And the scrap quilt project really works my creative bit, and then quickly making a dress works my sort of like achievement part when I need to feel like I've achieved something, and it's different projects for different moments. So don't feel bad about that, and also embrace it. Listen to what you need. I will see you again in 2 days' time.